Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us on a Wednesday morning, zooming through yet another week. It's the 25th of January. Joining me live this morning, Dr. Amy Tan with our Dean of English in our Communications departments here at HCC. Amy, good to see you.
Good morning. Great to see you.
So want to congratulate you again. 1,001 days today of running consecutively?
It was 1,001 today. So I guess I'm going to keep going.
Going to keep it going, huh? You can't stop now. Congratulations on that. For those of you who may not have known, you started running during the pandemic, right?
That's correct.
On a daily basis. You were a runner before, but then you started running on a daily basis during the pandemic. And we're not talking like a couple of miles. We're talking like crazy miles. Yeah, I mean, how many miles did you do this morning?
Well, I did 4 today because I'm still recovering from the marathon a couple weeks ago. Yeah, that wasn't entirely my fault. I joined a virtual race. And so we were doing about 6 to 8 miles a day. And some of that was walking. I just want to clarify.
Yeah. Well, it's still an incredible streak. So congratulations on that. And we want to thank everyone watching us this morning on Facebook Live and YouTube. You can catch us just about every morning live at 10 a.m. when HCC is in session. But Amy, they can always catch us in social media and on HCCTV.
That's right. We're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC. And on YouTube. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. And that's Monday through Friday.
Okay, let's get into the show. You're going to be interviewing this next guest. It's Small Business Wednesday, and we're talking with the MBDA Pandemic Recovery Center. Now, you may have heard us mention them almost daily. It seems like they always have things going on, a lot of workshops and events that help entrepreneurs. And we have April Felton with us. She is the Director of Entrepreneurial Initiatives at the MBDA Pandemic Recovery Center. April, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Good morning, Todd. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, we're always talking about you guys. You always have a lot of great things going on. So we're looking forward to hearing more about the Pandemic Recovery Center and everything you do. So stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to kick things off. We always like to kick the semesters off talking with the presidents of HCC's colleges. And this morning, we're joined by Dr. Phillip Nicotera. Returning to the show, he is the president of HCC's Coleman College for Health Sciences. Welcome back, Dr. Nicotera. Always good to see you.
Thanks, Todd. It's great to be here. Appreciate the opportunity to talk with everyone for a few minutes.
Yeah, so we like to talk about everything great going on at Coleman, and it seems like I ask you this question every semester, but right now, what are some of your most popular programs? Are there ones that are emerging that may have not been around a few years ago?
Yeah, and so absolutely, we have some very popular programs outside of nursing. You watch TV, what do you see? You see nursing, right? But we have 21 other programs. And some of the ones that we see as becoming very, very popular these days are programs as an endoscopic technician, which is someone that works alongside a physician doing endoscopic procedures. Our X-ray techs is a very popular program these days. All imaging is CT, which is computerized tomography. Those are all very popular programs. Another one, which is really an entry-level position that we see a lot of interest in and a lot of need, is called sterile processing. And that's a type of position in which it's very short-term. You're out in about a little bit more than a semester, which is a little bit more than 16 weeks. And you're working sterilizing instrumentation. So those are some of the more popular ones that we're seeing students come in and gravitate towards now.
I know we talked over the last few years, especially with the emergence of COVID, about the respiratory therapist program. Is that also one that's gaining popularity? Because it seems like that's needed now more than ever.
Yeah, it is. It remains to be a steady program in terms of its enrollment. I think, as I speak to the audience today, and again, as I opened up this morning, everybody thinks about nursing.
Yeah.
Well, there are so many other things that don't get the publicity or the they're not seen as being professions that people know about. Respiratory therapy is one of those, a very, very solid profession with a lot of need. And, hopefully that as I come on to these shows that I can begin to talk about some of the different allied health professions outside of nursing.
Yeah. There's also, it seems like the healthcare market, the jobs are just exploding out there. Is it because we have an aging population? There's so much more need for trained healthcare workers?
That's definitely one piece of it, and it's multifactorial right now. The healthcare job market. So during the past 2 years, during COVID, we saw many current healthcare workers leave the profession. They were either of retirement age or they just decided to leave the profession. Second to that is during COVID and as we came out of COVID, many of the current healthcare workers could find opportunities within the state of Texas and outside of Texas as traveling professionals. Right. And as a traveling professional, the salaries that they were making were far and above what they were making currently in their positions. So what we've seen is a situation besides the aging population, individuals that left because of COVID, and the individuals that are doing traveling positions. We've got a big void in the right. healthcare market, and that's not only in nursing; it's in every one of the professions.
And what are some of the new areas that you have in work right now that you're working towards? That's some of the areas that are in progress.
Yeah, we always try to solidify what we're doing and doing a great job at. We are currently working. We have great relationships with the Texas Medical Center, and as we know, Texas Medical Center institutions or providers, have facilities throughout, the Houston region. So if we talk about MD Anderson, Methodist, etc., they're all throughout our area. But we're working with with MD Anderson on developing an anesthesia technician program. So we're hoping, and so that's someone that will work alongside the anesthesiologist, similar in some respects to the endoscopic technician. So right. It's very only one is working in the endoscopic lab, and the other one will be working in the operating room. So we've got that's under development right now, and we're working very closely with MD Anderson to hopefully get that ready for the fall semester. The second one that we're working on, again, one of great need. So the healthcare providers come to us and tell us about their needs. And if we can fulfill them with our current programs, we do. If not, then we look at the viability of starting new programs. So
right.
One of those is cardiovascular technician. So there is a great need in the Houston metropolitan area because of all of the semi-invasive procedures that are going on with the heart. And so there's a great need for the cardiovascular techs to work alongside cardiologists in this particular area.
Is there, does Coleman offer continuing education options as well?
Yeah, we do, Todd. And, it's an area in which perhaps gets kind of put off in a corner because no one knows about it, even though we can promote it. And continuing education is not only for current healthcare providers that need to do their continuing medical education, but we have several programs in there that give individuals a start in healthcare to gain a skill in a short-term program, and then from there they can easily get a job, and if they want to, they can move into a different allied health field and further their education. So some of the things that we do in continuing education, our number one is we're working, we have a certified nursing aid program, very, very popular. That is, we have a lot of interest in that program. And just to kind of look at, there's a career ladder. So you can become a CNA. We will give you some credit to go into our licensed vocational nursing program. And once you complete that, we'll give you advanced credit to go into our associate degree of nursing program. And so there's a career ladder there. And then when you complete the associate degree in nursing, if you wish, you can go on for a bachelor's degree in nursing, but you can see that progression in your career. Right. CNA, vocational nurse, registered nurse. Some of the other areas that we do in continuing ed that are short term, about 10 to 16 weeks, are phlebotomy. So if you go to Quest or any one of the LabCorp and you get your blood drawn, who's doing that? That's a phlebotomist. We do EKG technician, and we have we just started a mammography technician program through continuing education. So those are some of the things besides just doing, continuing medical education for current professionals. We have some opportunities for those that aren't quite sure what they want to do or want a short term. They want to go in, get a skill, and get a job.
Well, of course, the first thing to do, I would imagine, is to schedule an appointment to speak with one of your advisors at Coleman, because I know your registration times are different than a lot of HCC. Dr. Phillip Nicotera, president of HCC's Coleman College for Health Sciences. We're going to put all the information for Coleman in our social media post after the show where they can get a hold of you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, and apply early. We're accepting applications for the fall semester right now.
So now's the time to apply.
Exactly. Yep.
Dr. Nicotera, thank you for being here this morning. We'll see you again in the near future.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, we're going to turn things over to Amy, and you've got another special guest.
I do. Moving on to April Felton, Director of Entrepreneurial Initiatives at MBDA Pandemic Recovery Center. Welcome to the show, April.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. So you have a lot going on with the MBDA Pandemic Recovery Center, starting with today's cosmetic recovery workshop. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. Yes. So today at noon, we will have a roundtable discussion with industry experts from the beauty and cosmetic industry. So what we wanted to do was facilitate an open dialogue with this particular industry who did exceptionally well during the pandemic. And with this being a new year, we wanted to start off by, shedding light on an industry that did well and what were some of their successful business practices. So we have 3 entrepreneurs, 2 of which are actually faculty at Houston Community College. And then we also have a beauty cosmetic line owner who's been in business for over 20 years. And so they're just going to share their insights on their start in the industry. We've invited aspiring entrepreneurs, those who own small businesses, to have that open dialogue and also open up the conversation for how can you gain entry into the industry, or how can you sustain your business. So we're all about resiliency and helping the small business community stay afloat and even provide that opportunity for them to enter into new businesses.
That is so great to emphasize the opportunities. I know that, sometimes the challenges get us down, but if we can just take a moment, as you say, the resiliency, and to focus on opportunities, it sounds like it's going to be a wonderful conversation.
Absolutely. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
The pandemic, actually brought about, great opportunities. So as opposed to looking at it from, a stance of a dark and gloomy thing, it has opened some fantastic opportunities. And that's really what we want to focus on, the positives.
The entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
And so this roundtable is going to be closely followed by contracting and certification work sessions next week, right?
Yes. So another key piece that we're focusing on with our program, we're making sure that minority businesses get the certifications that they need so that they can have access to government contracting. So we have two business advisors on our team, Ms. Latonia Harris and Ms. Christina Cornelius, that will lead these sessions on January the 31st. And so they can log onto our website and schedule time to meet with them. We're also going to be in attendance at a contracting event tomorrow with the Small Business Administration. And so we'll have an open discussion there talking about opportunities for contracting with the government. And then this will follow, this work session on the 31st will be an opportunity to have hands-on one-on-one assistance with a business advisor.
And that's just January. In February, you're going to be doing some workshops. So can we start with the Men in Business? You have a kickoff event early in the month, but it's a series of events. Is that correct?
That is correct. So it is a series of workshops. And what we're doing with this particular program, which is a new initiative, we wanted to provide opportunities for minority and small business owners and entrepreneurs in men who are in business or aspire to be business owners to join us for various different workshops. So we're going to take them through a journey of developing their strategic plan. We're also going to have business growth strategies sessions. We have someone who we've partnered with to provide us with business credit counseling. So they're going to walk them through the process of how to use your personal credit to develop business credit. So it's going to be a fantastic event, but before we get started, we're kicking off next Thursday, February the 2nd, with an event, and we're going to have a guest speaker who's going to talk about the importance of having a growth mindset, and that's really key to being successful in the business world. And so we're also going to offer free headshots. So it's going to be a really fun event.
That is the whole package. Growth mindset, headshots, all that wonderful support and getting started. It just sounds amazing. And on top of that, you're also going to be doing a bookkeeping workshop also in February.
Yes. So we are not leaving any areas untouched. We want to make sure that the small business community has all of the resources that we need. So we will have a session on February the 15th at 12 p.m. or at noon. And one of our business advisors will lead this discussion and helping our entrepreneurs and small business owners, assisting them with that financial support that they need to keep all of their records in place. And really, that's the key to your business, right? If you're generating revenue and profits, you want to make sure that you have it organized. And so we're going to have that bookkeeping workshop to give them some of those key points that they need.
So really a one-stop shop at the Recovery Center for all of your support to keep your business growing. Later in the month, you're going to launch the virtual Small Business Success Series, also lasting several weeks.
Yes. So the Small Business Success Series is a standing Houston community and very favorable Houston Community College program. It's the Glenda and David Regenbaum Center for Entrepreneurship program. It is widely known here in Houston, and it's very popular. And there's usually, a wait list to get into the program. So we are partnering with the Center for Entrepreneurship to host this. So we're going to have actually two series. So the first will be a virtual session to give entrepreneurs who may not necessarily have the time and the flexibility to step away from their office. So we're going to offer it virtually. And then we're also going to offer it later on in the month of March in person at the Ailey Pays location. So all of our dates, we have a very robust schedule, are on our website. So anyone can come on. All our programs are at no cost. So we invite all entrepreneurs and those who even think about, considering a small business to join us.
And we really appreciate all that David and Glenda have done for the community, for Houston Community College. Just a dynamic duo. So to wrap us up, can you tell us a little bit about the Resilience Summit?
Yes. Oh, so this is one of the events that, and we have a fantastic relationship with the Small Business Administration. The Houston district has partnered with us on so many different events, and we're just so grateful for that collaboration. But on April the 26th, we're hosting a resiliency summit. So we're inviting all of the local chambers of commerce, other small business advocates, community organizers, and agencies to join us for a resources event. And we're going to have a keynote speaker. We'll have a panel discussion that will talk about topics on mental health and how important that is for small business owners to make sure that they're keeping their mental health in line. Some technology advancements that have made the shift to the small business world. And so we're going to have industry experts having that discussion. And then we'll also have networking, an opportunity to share those resources with all of our small business communities here in Houston.
Well, we really appreciate your coming on the show and sharing all this wonderful information with us. Thank you, April Felton, Director of Entrepreneurial Initiatives and MBDA Pandemic Recovery Center. We'll have all of your information in our post after the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thank you both. We've got a few announcements to get through for the rest of the show. One of them is a community container gardening workshop. HCC and the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension are hosting an in-person community learning workshop about vegetable gardening in containers. Yeah, it's a thing. It's free to our students and the community members, 11 a.m. to noon today. So it starts in a little while, Wednesday, January 25th, HCC Southeast College, Eastside Campus. Check our post after the show for more information to register and get on down there. Also, there's a Path to Profession job fair, several of them coming up, Amy.
That's right. We are seeking work-study students. Eligible work-study students are encouraged to register and attend a Path to Profession job fair to secure part-time student work. Still coming up are 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday, January 26th at Central College. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday, January 30th at HCC Southeast. 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Tuesday, January 31st at Northline. Be sure to check our post after the show for the link to register.
And HCC and SCORE are hosting one more financial webinar for small businesses. It's free of charge. It will help understand a multitude of business financials, and it's a prerequisite for those applying for HCC's business plan competition. It also offers prize and seed money. You can't go wrong with that. 9:30 a.m. to noon this Saturday, January 28th. It happens on Zoom, so you can watch it from anywhere. Again, it's free. It's on Zoom. We'll have a link in our post on how you can join them. And Mental Health 101, we all could use some mental health tips.
Always. Offered by the National Alliance on Mental Illness and HCC, this provides a basic understanding of the most common mental health challenges and symptoms. It will also discuss statistics related to identification, treatment, and recovery. That'll be noon to 1:15 p.m. Wednesday, February 8th. It is also virtual. This session is open to all HCC students, faculty, staff, as well as their circles of support. Check our post after the show to register.
You know, the pandemic really hit a lot of our students. Many of them may have lost some hours with their job. I know hours are being cut, especially for part-time workers. And if you've experienced income loss since 2019, FAFSA can help. If you experience a loss of income, you could qualify for a financial aid adjustment. Visit the special circumstances on the FAFSA page. If you need more information, we'll have a link in our post after the show on where you can join them. And spring 2023 registration, it's still open, Amy, but they're shorter sessions and you got to cram all those hours in, right?
That's right. They're more intensive spring sessions, but there's still lots of opportunities to get in the classes that you need. It might be 12-week instead of your regular 16-week courses, but you can still get those courses. So we're going to be offering online anytime. Those are the all virtual, no established class meetings, online on a schedule where the meeting time is set, but it's still a virtual meeting. Hybrid, which is half face-to-face, half virtual, in-person, face-to-face courses with our traditional meeting patterns, as well as hybrid lab studio courses. So don't delay to learn more about our programs, start dates and options, and options to cover costs. Head over to hccs.edu/apply.
Okay, tomorrow on the show, another one of our presidents joins us. The president of HCC Central College, Dr. Mudassir Siddiqui, will be on the show. And for Thursday Family Fun Day, you'll get a chance to check out All for One Historical Fencing Club. You like swords? That'll be cool. And make sure you check that out. Charday will be hosting the show tomorrow, so I'll be back on Friday. But we will be back live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Amy, it was good to see you. We'll see you again shortly, okay?
In a couple of weeks, definitely.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see y'all tomorrow live at 10 a.m.